in this one. Welcome to Valley Children's Stadium in Fresno, California, home to the Fresno State Bulldogs. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Stanford Cardinal, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Fresno State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Stanford about to tee it up to get this one going. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So Fresno State's offense will take the first swing of the game. And they were in the market for a guy to make an impact on the ground, and they found him in this transfer, guys.
This was an offense that needs explosive play, so bring this dude in at the running back position and let him go. I can't wait to see what he's able to do today.
Yeah, and let's see if he can earn the respect of his teammates. You know, you've done this, and you have experience elsewhere. Now you get to do it for your squad, for your new team, all the hype. Let's see what he's got.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Off-play action. Looking to buy time. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. They'll send the back in motion. Looking for a man. It's Peters. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Fresno State will have to punt it away.
And that's what you're trying to do, not just in this game, but for the season. You're just trying to set the tone defensively, and they do that getting the sack. They feel good about their front seven and all the athletes they have. It'll be fun to watch this unit for the rest of this game and see how they do in one-on-one situations.
Found a little running room on that one, picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. So Stanford's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And Jesse, if there is an old war horse, a real war daddy in the training facility, here he is, back to run the show again.
That's a great point. There is no substitute for experience. There is a lot of expectation for this football team and for this offense because of that guy and because of all the big stages and all the big moments he's already played through in his career.
Turning it on! And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal! They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better. And the PAT makes it 7-0. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. With the catch, it's Sweeney. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Let's take a second to talk about Fresno State. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Peters. Under fire. Intercepted. Oh, what a play. Just a really nice play. Not a lot on the return, but that's all right when you hand it to your offense at the 42.
Well, the defense was able to get to the QB, and I think that's what really creates the interception. Because of the pressure and because of the hit on the quarterback, it affected the velocity, it affected the accuracy of the throw. The defense comes away with a huge takeaway.
And you could tell they set up the screen action, but how about the ability to adjust, right? I see what the defense is giving me. You going to leave that open? Okay, I'm going to take it right now.
Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. Oh, he's got some space. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Stanford!
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they can become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
And he's going to try to return this one. He's chased out of bounds inside the 15. They'll mark him out at his own 14-yard line. Not much on that kick return. Send the tight end in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down. Finds his tight end.
I think the defense just lost track of where the tight end was. He was running his route to the outside. Nobody there. I think the DBs got occupied by some clear-out routes, so the offense will take it to keep the drive alive.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Peters. Sets up the screen. Gets away from one, finds some space. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Fresno State will have to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. The give. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
When you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
They want to run it left here. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? At the end of the quarter, it is Stanford holding the edge. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Moore. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Well, that was a weird one because I think running back screen was called, but the quarterback just saw an open receiver downfield and said to himself, hey, I got an open guy. I'm just going to take it.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll go to the ground. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Second and goal coming up. Trying to punch it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
But I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
He'll return it. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
And they may have caught the defense snapping there a little bit, David, maybe expecting pass on that third down, but because of the back's effort now, fresh set of downs.
And it's so nice to have a guy that you can give the football on these.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
This is not going to get any easier. You're already down. You know it's passing situation, and you got to protect your quarterback, and they can't do it. This has not been a great day early for this offense.
From the gun to give, looking for room. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Out of the gun to give to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I love the awareness by the defense there. Third and long, everybody in the building thinking this is going to be a pass. But up front, they were very, very aware that they might see run. And they did a really good job playing with their eyes. They rally to the ball, they get the TFL, and now they set up fourth and long.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Running to the left. Quick spin on the run.
We'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The Cardinal can be aggressive here on second and short. It's a reverse. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to take off. Nice run there, picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. Motion from the wideout. Davis will throw. Looking for an open area to his left. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. On the run, it's Wall. Spins away from the defender. He's up to 51 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He might want another play. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Touchdown, Stanford! Fitted in the window for the score.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Bulldogs will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Trying to set the tone with the run.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Stanford with a lot of options here on 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Going to the running game. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Working on the right. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play, and they pick up a first down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the left. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a first down. The play action fake. Finds his man. It's Moore. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Knocked down after a game. Under the 27. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
Okay, ready?
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
Get set, get set.
Red pass, it's complete. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. We've reached the break, and it is Stanford holding the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up this third down play. They want to throw it. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Breaks into the open. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And I really like the belief and the discipline by this QB because he drops back. He wants to throw the football. He sees it's covered, but he says, I can go get it, and takes off and barely gets enough for the first down. But way to pull the trigger, run it, and run it with authority.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Right back to the well. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
And after yet another third down conversion, they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. Tries again to get it in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal line on 3rd down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. They got stuffed on 2nd down, and still they need 1 yard here on 3rd and goal. The snap sets up to throw. Makes the grab. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Flauletta. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Tight end now in motion. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. It's picked off, and another empty drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The quarterback takes a knee. So now it's 2nd and long. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. A lot of ground to cover here on 4th down. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much